You're listening to Insight to JobSite, a podcast series from HowBridge, your go-to partner in growing your trade business. This series is for trade professionals who are looking to solve the hows that keep you up at night and take your business to the next level.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Insight to JobSite. You are here with my friend and colleague, Wesley P. Rind. Say hello to everyone, Wes.
Hey, everybody. Hey. What's going on, Chef Jeff, baby?
He is in the house. You're going to absolutely love this. Look at this energy, right? We're ready to go. I'm ready to start doing jumping jacks right now.
Come on, man. You know how we do. You know how we do when we get together.
You know how it goes. Hey, we got a big thing to talk about today, Wes, right? We're going to talk about how to build your A-team.
Okay. You talking good stuff, baby. You talking good stuff.
It really is. It really is. Sometimes a lot of people say, oh my gosh, can I ever build an A-team? Yeah, you actually can. So, yes. Hey, before we go too far, my name is Jeffrey Bragg, founder and CEO of HowBridge. We are a trusted advisor to so many companies in the trades who are looking to really take their company to the next level. And as I mentioned before, I have my friend and colleague and partner here, Wesley P. Rind, who is the founder and CEO of Next Level Training. And Wes, how do tell me how you bring the magic every day?
Come on, man. You got to wake up with it. You got to wake up with it, excited about it, man. Just the opportunity, the opportunity. Every time my eyes open, I see it. It's another day to be able to make an impact, to be able to help somebody, change somebody. Like, you know how, Jeff, you know how our friend Coach Prime say, I wake up to bless somebody, help somebody, encourage somebody, change somebody. Like, that's what I do. That's what gets me going. So I'm excited to be able to help people to build an A-team.
Yeah. You know, I love, hey, we could talk about this in another episode, but I love listening to Coach Prime, right? He gets us going. When we were in Dallas, we were listening to him, and I think you and I were jumping in the car. Or, I'm sorry.
We fired up, baby. We fired up. We just want to change somebody's life.
It really was. You had to settle me down, didn't you? So, hey, Wes, let's kind of, if we jump into here, we talk about for us in HowBridge, and we look at, I would say very much our mindset is through the lens of our, core four approach. We look at these things and we realize that when you're tackling, key business challenges, there's intersections. Right? They all touch each other. So when we talk about building an A-team, what does it look like? A lot of people think, oh, well, building an A-team is something with, that's just like culture and team. That's like HR. But it really impacts everything that you do, right? It impacts everything from the customer experience side of, because, your technicians are right out there in the front lines. It impacts, it embodies, what your brand is and what your marketing is. And of course, the big thing is it touches on your profitability. It touches on your ability to grow your sales, ability to grow that top line. So, absolutely. Right, we're out there talking with clients all the time and saying, listen, you can't ignore it. You see what's going on, and let's tackle it. So today, again, we're going to walk through and really so people can understand, how to build the A-team, right? And understanding the dynamics of an A-team. So, again, as I mentioned before, people lead to profit. Okay. What makes an A? What makes a B? What makes a C? And how do I get them out or coach them up? And how do I make sure I have more A's in the house? So, Wes, first thing up is grade your team.
Got to do it. Got to
do it.
Got to do it. Like grandmama say, suck it up, buttercup. Got to do it.
It's going to be painful, but you're going to do it, okay? 2, accelerate your A's. 3, build up your B's.
Yes.
And 4, coach or cut your C's, right? Let's talk about your grandmother right there, right? Suck it up, buttercup, right? 1, grade your team. Yeah. So let's talk about this, right? When we go ahead, we have, like, number 1, you got to take the action. As an executive, as an owner, you have to go ahead and do this. But let's talk about how the approach of it. And, what are we telling our clients every day how to do this?
I mean, on the big part, Jeff, is that we're telling them it's your mindset, right? Coming into it, making sure that they understand that like grading your team is actually raising them up to where you're putting that time and effort into it. And then so now we have to help them to actually just get started and let's put it on paper, right? Because sometimes, we have these thoughts and stuff in our head. Hey, I want this person to do this, or I feel this way about this person. But by putting it on paper leads to a plan. And then at that point, we can help them, do this assessment to be able to look it down. You've jotted down, you've put down the grade. And then when you ask yourself, okay, well, how do I grade them, right? I'm grading them based on the past year, not the last interaction, because Jeff could have just upset me yesterday. But overall, this past 12 months, Jeff has been a all-star employee for me, right? So we want to be objective. We want to remove emotion, and then you want to make sure that we understand that those factors that we put into play here are character, skill, attitude, teamwork, identifying, having a measuring stick to where it shouldn't be just how you feel. It's actually data driven and having the data to support your decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And really trying to be objective. And you made a great point about, let's not have that interaction, over the last day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever it may be, but look at it in a longer view. The other thing that I can tell you is you may have an A player and they may be with you and they may be a great contributor for so many years, but if they don't continue to be an A player, right? If they're slipping, you have to look at it and you have to be honest and say, hey, listen, Joe really, he's been with us for, 5 years, 10 years, and he's been the A player. He's done outstanding. But is Joe still the A player? Mm-hmm. Right? Is he still there? And I think we got to look at that. You got to be honest, because you may be like, yeah, Joe's been great, but I don't know, lately he had, over the last 7 years, he's been terrific, but I don't know, over the last 6 months, he's really starting to slip.
Yeah.
Right.
Or that person has plateaued, right? They just haven't grown. They're just there.
Right. Hey, you got to move. You got to cut bait as well. So let's talk about accelerating the A's. Right. I think a lot of times, you say, hey, they're an A player. They don't need oversight. They don't need my input. They don't need this type of stuff. But I actually think it's just really the opposite. Right. I think the reality is you got to go ahead and make sure that you're doing everything you can to accelerate it. Focus on servant leadership. Focus on that ability to say, what do you need to succeed? How can I help you get better? How can I help you reach new heights?
And people having to, having that confidence to do that, because the thing that a lot of people miss, Jeff, as we're talking to our clients and stuff, that they're not realizing that their A players are the people that their competition wants to poach, and then so they're not spending that time with them. They're not taking that servant leadership approach to be able to say, what is it that you need? Confident to say, how can I help you grow? And being able to pour into those individuals for sure. Yeah,
absolutely. And I think a lot of, sometimes you see it with, owners and executives that, where they almost want to micromanage. Mm-hmm. Or they're feeling that, hey, wait a minute, this A player is just really running away and just closing deals. And of course, hey, the more deals they close, they do have some bravado, they have some ego. Sometimes that can, rub people the wrong way. But yeah, I think you have to look at it, in its whole, in its entirety. And are these people, do they embody the values of the A, not just in a performance, but are they as team player? Are they bringing up the rest of the people, in the company?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So coming up, this is where you spend a lot of your time. This is where I would say that's
the money ball, man.
The magic potion.
That's the money ball. That's the money ball right there.
Here it is.
That's the money ball. That's my favorite.
Warming up here he is.
Exactly. One of my favorite groups, man. Come on. Those bees, man, because it's just like it's a something, right? And I like the discovery of trying to figure out what is that one or two little things that's stopping you from being an A. right?
Yeah.
Because it's like when you make that B and A and that light bulb goes off and they're like, wow, to where it's just an amazing feeling, because the thing is, it forces you to encourage and promote them. You have to make them believe that you already see them as an A. Right.
Yeah.
And you're pointing to them. And the big piece for a B is that you got to have a plan. Like you got to have a roadmap for them to say, okay, this is what we're going to be working on from week to week. And we're going to celebrate, our successes. I'm going to be coaching you up. I'm going to invest into more training, whether it's technical, professional. I'm going to do side by sides. Like I'm going to, as we say with our clients, I'm going to come alongside of you and help you get to that A where I know you can be. And we're going to do it within this time frame. Right.
Yeah, because, it goes back to the first thing that we're talking about in grading. If you don't go ahead and put it on paper, and of course, otherwise it doesn't, it doesn't matter. It's all in your mind. It doesn't become real, right? And the same thing, with the Bs, okay? Put it on paper. You just said, what'd you say? Have a timeline. Know what we're up against. Let these Bs know that, hey, listen, we see something in you.
Yes.
Okay. We want to bring you. We want to get you into that A category. And also the other factor is if you have enough A's in your group, the A's are going to go ahead and also bring up. They're either going to bring up the B's or they're going to push the B's out into C's and out they go.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I've seen the magic.
And if you're bringing up the A's right, they're going to help you pull up more B's to A's.
Yes, absolutely. And not to go back on this, but the thing with A's, they want to be around with A's. Winners like winners.
Yep.
Right? That's, winners like winners. And that's all it comes down to.
Jeff, that's why we're friends, Jeff. Because I like winners, Jeff. I like winners.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're making me blush right now. No, right? It really is. You and I talk about this all the time. Shared values, shared mission, shared goal, right? We didn't even have to, it was like one of these things we met and it was just like, wait, I think I've known you for years.
Just like on the movie Step Brothers, when they had that moment, it was like, did we just become best friends? Did this just happen? Yeah, it just happened. Like I didn't plan this today. I wasn't looking for a best friend on Tuesday, and oh my God, I just found one. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely.
You know it. So, hey, this is painful.
This the hard part. This the hard part. This the hard part. Yes, sir. Right.
But let's not dance around. Let's rip the Band-Aid. Let's talk about this.
Man, listen, when it comes to coaching or cutting your C's, right, to where it's the mindset of dealing with the C, it's not personal, because sometimes people take their connection with people personal, and you keep a person much longer than they need to be kept because we make it personal, and it's for their own good, because you're not allowing that person to be the best person that they can be, and the best person that they can be may not be working for you.
Right.
And that's okay. And so when we look at that, how we're coaching up C's, because I want our listeners to really understand something. The first thing we said is coach or cut. Our first objective is to coach them up. We want them to be B's, then we want them to be A's. So that's our mindset. So we're going to have clear and direct communication, to where we're going to put these individuals on what we call PIPs, those performance improvement plans. Hey, here's a plan. These are some specific things that I want you to work on. These are some areas of opportunity. These are some things that can help maximize your time here. And then, 30 days. 30 days, to where we're not going to allow this to really, just carry on and linger on. No, 30 days. And if there isn't improvement, tangible improvement, how you feel, that's not a tangible thing. We can't measure that, right? But we're talking about tangible improvement. If they started at this percentage, what percentage are they at now after 30 days? And if there wasn't any improvement, and the thing about it, during that 30 days, Jeff, you're still coaching. You're still motivated. Yeah. You're still cheering them on. You're still taking that C and treating them like a B in hopes that they'll be an A.
Yeah. Right. And, to your point on this, and you talked about it's not the immediate cut, it is the coach. I mean, sometimes you do have some of these C's who have just been, in bad environments.
Yes.
And they don't know. And then so all of a sudden they come to you and they're in this new culture. They're in this new environment and they're not used to it. They're not used to being, sometimes, winning is taught, right? You experience winning. Once you know what it's like to win, that's what you're attracted to. Mm-hmm. And sometimes all too often people are, particularly, in the trades, it can be a hard industry. Okay.
For sure.
And I think that sometimes, and it's an evolving industry, so much so. And, sometimes you get people in and you have to realize like, hey, listen, that old behavior, that's unacceptable. And if you want to succeed, this is how we do things. And this is something else that's super important. I know we're going to be talking in other episodes about this. Culture, the importance of it, a strong culture. And values and living by those, not just putting it up, not just putting signs up and say, we go to clients all the time and they say, oh yeah, well we talk about, we have these, we have these values and like we put it up on the wall over there.
We put it up on the wall.
It's like, oh great, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh wow, that's super. Right. But no one lives by it. So
nobody.
Right? Nobody. You remember me telling you, Jeff, that some people I feel are more afraid of success than they are failure because success comes with work. Yes.
And that aligns directly to what you're saying, to where those C's, sometimes they don't, they've never been taught how to be successful. And now they're afraid of the work that it takes, because it's going to take this C some work. That's why we're coaching them. It's going to take some work to where, I would tell my girls in softball, I can't play the game for you. You got to work hard in practice so you can work hard in the game. Mm-hmm. But I can't play it for you. All I can do is call the play. You got to execute it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know something? In football, the hard work is Monday through Saturday.
Yep.
Right? You got to practice. You got to keep doing, right? Game day is Sunday. That's when it's there. It's the same thing also, in as a professional. Mm-hmm. You're working during the week and, a lot of times nights and weekends is really where you improve your craft, is where you get better. And that really separates people. And I just want to go back to this one thing that you just said. When you first said to me, about people are afraid of success, it actually caused me to say, gosh, what did he just say? But it really is true. It really is true, because we're almost programmed and sometimes, resigned to the fact that we're going to be in second place.
Yep. Have just already bought the jersey. We got the trophy. We put it up on the shelf to where I'm going to come in second. I'm going to come in last, or I'm going to come in. No.
Yes.
No, I'm in the race to win.
Right. Absolutely. And you got to bring, you said, for what you say about Prime and all the things when we started this whole thing out, it's every day you're waking up as a blessing. Every day you're going out and say, I have an opportunity. And every day is a good day.
Take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Every day is a good day.
Absolutely, my friend. So, hey, the 4 Keys house, I'm getting so tongue-tied just talking with you. See what happens when I'm with a star? Does this happen to everyone?
Man, we get excited. We get excited, man. We get excited. Chef Jeff cooking up something special, baby. Let him cook. Let him cook, people.
Oh my goodness. You should see me in the kitchen. Man, it's unbelievable. I do an excellent filet on the grill. Woo. The salt and pepper, you should see me put it on.
That's it.
So, hey, let's talk about the 4 Key house and how to build that A team. Okay. 1, grade your team. Okay. You got to have, you as the owner, executive, the person in charge, it's your mindset. You got to make sure that you're bringing that A team, you get that A game every single day. Get started, grade. Okay. Be honest, be objective, be fair. Be truly unemotional. Okay. Let's have you talk about accelerating those A's and number 2.
Guys, accelerate your A's. You need to be an A. The example starts with you, right? I can't accelerate A's, promote A's, inspire A's, engage A's if I'm a C. Right? So you got to be an A, but and then that servant leadership, how to serve, how can I serve you? How can I better help you? How can I promote you? That servant leadership is huge in A. Talk to us about 3, Jeff.
Okay, baby. Number 3, build up your Bs. Okay. Bs have the biggest upside. Okay. If you have some good Bs, B pluses, they're going to go ahead and rise to the top. Give them a firm, lay it out, have a timeline, give them 90 days and say, hey, this is the plan. This is how we're actually going to go ahead and do it. Invest in training, invest in the ride-alongs, invest in the coaching. Okay. You will see a return on the investment. And if they don't, what are we going to do, Wes, at number 4?
We're going to coach or we're going to cut, guys, C or C, and I want to understand coach or cut. It's not an and thing. It's I'm coaching you up, right? Mm-hmm. Or if I'm not coaching you up, now I'm cutting you out. My granddad would say, son, I like you, but I'm going to miss you. Yeah. To where it's 2 different things. So to be able to do it, we got to have the mindset of dealing with the C. Remember, it's not personal. It's not personal. No. How to coach them up? We got to pour into them, set a specific plan, detailed plan, and then we're going to give them that 30-day timeline. And then when you cut the C, hey, remember that you're doing it for them and you're also doing it for your business. No one person is bigger than the growth of your business, not even you. Sometimes you have to get out of your own way to let your business grow.
Absolutely. And you talk about no one's bigger. We're working with folks now who are been running their companies, 20, 25 years. And, the plan right now, they're saying is, I want to hire someone to replace me. We're getting to a point of growth or, I've taken it as far as I can go. And then it's having that, that recognition, it's having that awareness. Mm-hmm. So, but that's, super important. So, hey, Wes, give us some final thoughts on this.
Guys, final thoughts on this, on grading your team. I want to kind of give it to you like this. When you're in school, you work hard, you do these things and you study and you expect that grade. Like that grade is a reflection of the knowledge, the insight, and what you know. When we talk about grading your team, it's a reflection of you. It's a reflection of your culture. It's a reflection of your values and those things that you have implemented in your business. You don't want to go day by day, or you don't honestly want to go another day without assessing your team and truly grading your team to identify my A's, my B's, and my C's. If you do not know those individuals, you have a team of individuals that are working in a hamster wheel. Eventually, your A's are going to be poached by your competition. Your B's are going to throw their hands up because they're not being coached up, and your C's are going to bring your company down into the ground. So we have to understand, let's get in front of this. Let's make sure that you're connecting with us so we can help you, come alongside of you and help you grade your team so you can identify your A players.
Oh my goodness. That was absolutely beautiful. You covered it all.
I'm with you, Jeff. I'm with you. I knew what you was cooking up, baby. I said, let me get some. Jeff, let's put some on
the plate. Did you see that? Wow. I will tell you something. I almost wore my apron today.
Listen, next time we're on the podcast, I need apron and the chef hat. And I'm going to tell them, let him cook, people. Let him cook.
We talk about it, right? There you go. There you go, my friend. So, hey, listen, you just said it right there at the end. Truly, we walk alongside our clients, right, hand in hand. Yeah, and that's like one of the things we know. We really covered this topic, rapidly. You and I in our planning sessions, we're saying, gosh, we could probably spend a whole day on this and really delve deep. But the good thing is we're here for you. We're here for our clients. We don't go ahead and tell you what to do. We actually show you how to do it, and we make it. We do our very best to make it truly as easy as possible to go ahead and implement and see the positive change in your company. So again, my name is Jeffrey Pragg, and I'm here with my friend and colleague Wesley Pirine, and we want to thank you so very much for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for joining us for today's episode. We know your time is valuable. Thank you for spending it with us. At Howbridge, we help you solve the hows that keep you up at night. For more insights, practical advice, and opportunities to connect, visit us at trades.meethowbridge.com.